This AWS certification is one of the most prestigious in the tech industry. It's also one of the most useless. Here's why. So I worked at Amazon as a solutions architect for 2 years, and during that time I spent hundreds of hours studying for certifications. I mean, when I first started in the role, I already had a few associate level certs. You know, solutions architect associate, developer associate, and sysops. But my manager and some of my mentors were encouraging me to go for the AWS Solutions Architect professional certification. This was in 2021, by the way, and at the time it was seen as a highly prestigious and quite difficult to obtain cert. Also a great way to showcase your expertise, since it was known to be one of the toughest exams in the IT industry. However, once I passed the exam, I quickly realized something. Despite all my late night studying, this certification is completely useless. It didn't make me any better at my job. In fact, when I sat the exam, all the answers I got correct came from my real-world experience working as a solutions architect. And so in this video, I'll be explaining why I'd highly recommend not getting the AWS Solutions Architect Professional Cert. I'll also explain what to do instead if you're looking to get hired. Let's get into it. Alright, long story short, this certification is overkill from both a learning perspective and from the perspective of an employer. The exam itself is 3 hours long with a range of multiple choice questions across multiple AWS topics. Now, here's the problem. For every question, there's often 2 or more seemingly correct answers. And only from having real-world experience working as a solutions architect will you be able to select the most correct answer. I mean, you could technically still pass the exam by taking lots of video courses and doing practice exams. Many people who don't have real-world experience just end up scoring points by figuring out patterns in the questions. And so when I was sitting the actual exam, I'd say about 20 to 30% of the questions I felt like I've seen before. Some of them even word for word. Because with these certification exams, there's a big question bank. And once you've tried all the questions in the question bank, you can pretty much pass the exam. So here's the reality. From a learning perspective, the Solutions Architect Professional Cert doesn't really teach you anything that goes much beyond the Solutions Architect Associate one. You'll be much better off spending that time building hands-on projects instead of hundreds of hours practicing with leaked exam questions. Now, you could argue that the Professional Cert forces you to build hands-on experience with AWS, but since the exam is multiple choice, it's quite easy to take shortcuts. Speaking of shortcuts, with the rise of AI, the value of this certification has also gone down from an employment perspective. Back then, there was no easy way of taking this exam. Even if you had memorized all the answers, you would have spent hundreds of hours doing so, sometimes even longer than studying the proper way. But nowadays, with AI, you can literally feed questions into ChatGPT or Claude and get instant explanations. What used to take hundreds of hours of studying can now be condensed dramatically. And so, because of this, the barrier of passing the exam has dropped significantly. A few years ago, only a couple hundred of people had this certification. Nowadays, the number has really gone up. Employers have started to realize that whenever they interview candidates with this certification but no actual hands-on experience, they tend to perform badly in the interviews. Because once the questions shift from exam style to real-world scenarios, they can't explain their reasoning properly. And believe it or not, but some recruiters actually see too many certifications and no hands-on experience as a red flag, because it signals to them you've been studying too much rather than spending your time on what actually matters. Now, if you're looking to progress in your tech career, here's the problem. Your work is probably scattered across everywhere. GitHub repos, Medium articles, and your LinkedIn profile. The truth is, most recruiters spend about 6 seconds scanning a profile. They're not actually clicking through all of your URLs. But what if I told you there's a way to visually display everything on one screen? Not just screenshots of your work, but through an interactive portfolio card. That's exactly why I started using Dink, an AI-native digital identity platform. It automatically aggregates your achievements across platforms like GitHub, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube, and turns them into a credible, up-to-date profile. Here's mine, for example. You can see that my whole internet presence is all in one place. Now, when someone asks me, Lucy, what do you actually do for work? I can just share with them my Dink card. Pretty cool, right? And so, if you're a developer, cloud engineer, or just someone with a presence on multiple platforms, I'd highly recommend checking out Dink. I've left a link to it in the description below with my special invite code to get a welcome bonus. So now, you might be wondering, Lucy, where should I spend my time instead if I want to become a solutions architect? The reality is that every company will end up training you when you get the job. They don't expect you to to know everything in full detail. You can also shadow more senior solutions architects when you're on the job. So with that in mind, what I recommend doing is following this ratio. Spend 20% of your time learning the theory. Study up on cloud and IT fundamentals through videos and practice exams. Don't forget to use AI to help you learn fast. Then spend 40% of your time building hands-on projects. You can check out this course that I have on my learning platform Zero to Cloud for step-by-step projects to become a solutions architect. And finally, spend the rest of the 40% preparing for interviews, networking, and building your personal brand. Nowadays, it's less about what you know. It's about your personal brand and who you know. So to actually become a solutions architect, here are the exact steps I'd recommend taking. First, as I mentioned, is to get foundational cloud and IT knowledge. You can do this through video lessons on Udemy or even free tutorials on YouTube. The AWS Cloud Practitioner and Solutions Architect Associate certifications can also provide you with a structured learning path. After that, move straight to projects. If you're not too sure where to get hands-on projects, I have beginner, intermediate, and advanced projects on my learning platform Zero to Cloud, as well as role-based ones. All of these come with step-by-step instructions and a Slack community where we'll help you troubleshoot any issues you have all the way until you successfully build the projects. Once you get your technical knowledge to a certain level, the next phase begins. Document your journey on LinkedIn, everything from the projects you build to your job search process. Attend networking events, whether that's AWS meetups, tech conferences, or even virtual webinars. Connect with people who are already in the role, ask questions, and build genuine relationships. And finally, take interview prep seriously. Practice explaining your architectural decisions out loud, and also be ready to explain your choices and discuss any trade-offs with the solutions you build. But yeah, overall, if you just stick with the ratio of studying, building, and networking, you can't go wrong. The problem with the Solutions Architect Professional Certification is that it ends up extending the study part to 70%. Instead of spending 500 hours preparing for the exam, you'll be surprised where 500 hours of networking, building a brand, and interview prep will get you. Alright, this brings us to the end of this video. If you were thinking about getting this certification, I hope this video gives you some clarity on why it might not be the best use of your time. Please leave a comment down below if you watched this video all the way to the end. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this certification. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now!